there's an elephant in the room, and we have to deal with it. It was made very evident in a certain workshop that was conducted yesterday afternoon, where, for the umpteenth time, I was the butt of many a joke regarding my lack of hair. I wear this crown with pride, even though my brother, who is 7 years older than me, is sitting right over there with the hair he graduated high school with. It's really fair. But, once and for all, I am putting to bed this rumor, this vicious, vile rumor that has been circulating for 2 years now. I once had hair. Shut up, brother. That was taken at the ripe old age of 16. It started falling out when I was 19. And that's the hand I was dealt. Okay? So that's how I tend to go at things in life. I look at the cards and I play the hand that's dealt no matter what it is. And I try to play to win. My logo for this year is One Kiwanis Family. There are some significant dates in my life that affected my family. Obviously, the day I was born is when I came into my biological family with my 5 brothers and sisters and my mother and father. You've already heard about the next date that's on that slide right there. It's September 27th, 1985. Hurricane Gloria came roaring up the eastern seaboard, and of all places, Massachusetts had a hurricane. We all got released from work. We had to kill time while there was a storm going on. So we all went to the local watering hole that remained open. And we all drank water, because it was a watering hole. And all of a sudden, about 8 o'clock that night, in walks this really cute girl in jeans and a yellow sweatshirt, who had been spending all day with her semi-neurotic mother, and she just simply had to get away for a little while. So she did something she'd never done before in her life. She went to a bar alone. And that night changed my life. Fast forward to the next date, August 27th, 1988, as Chris just referred to. And that was the day her and her mother Helen joined my family, and my family expanded. There's one more day where my family really expanded. And that date on that slide is October 21, 2003. It was on that day that Linda Lou Chambers, who is sitting in this audience, who came all the way from North Carolina to be with us, and a gentleman named Joe Zacks, who I know many of you know, brought me to the Northside Naples Kiwanis Club. And I was inducted as a member on that day. And boy, did my family get bigger on that day. Now, let's talk about family for a little bit. I went to good old-fashioned Merriam-Webster's dictionary because I wanted to know what they said family was. And as usual, there's not just one definition. There's about 6 or 7. The first one is the basic unit in society traditionally consisting of 2 parents rearing their children. Well, that is my biological family that I was born into, and my heart is warm beyond belief that I get to share this evening with my sister Christine and her husband Norman, my brother Tom, my sister Ann and her husband Bill, my sister Michelle and her husband Henry, Chris's cousin Linda and her husband Butch, Paul, excuse me. I know him as Butch. And Chris's BFF and my adopted sister, Lynn. Thank you very much for being here tonight. You have no idea what this means to me. Thank you. Now, Webster's definition 4A says a group of people united by certain convictions. That's where you all come in. Because what is it that brings us here? When you get right down to the very, very core, why are we here? Member in my club by the name of John Ashford, good friend, he's here with Jennifer. One day he leans up to me at a club meeting as we were having a presentation, and he just says into my ear, he says, you know, we do two things. We help kids that need help, and we mentor the rest so they can take our place when we're tired. That's what we do. It's not about the meetings, it's not about all the other stuff, it's not about any of that. It's about the kids. Many of you remember our dear departed Governor, Donna Bateman. To this day, I still love her slogan. Her slogan was, get over it. It's about the kids. Okay? And that's exactly how I feel. When it all comes down to it, I want to go right back to the core. Why are we here? And we're here for children. Be they in dire need, or be they, like Riley, in need of a little bit of guidance and a hand on the shoulder at the right time. Todd Smith went out and did a lot of hard work this year. And one of my favorite quotes from his seminars was this: folks are not intrigued by what we do in this organization. They are far more interested in why we're doing it. Now think about that for a minute. What we do is pretty cool. We change a lot of lives. We impact a lot of young people. There's no denying that. But the real base thing that you've got to remember, and we've got to get back in touch with, is why we're doing it. It became perfectly clear to me when that young lady came up here. And we've heard Steve Siemens talk yesterday about getting your mojo back. I asked him at my Lieutenant Governor training to be a speaker here, and Todd graciously agreed to it because I wanted to continue that message. He brings such an important message and he delivers it in such a fantastic way. And it's really all about getting in touch or back in touch, whatever the case may be, of those core feelings. Why are we doing it? Anybody in this organization that has had a Kiwanis moment, you know what I'm talking about. You may have joined for business networking and not told anybody. You may have joined because you got shamed into it by a friend. Okay, there's 1,000 reasons to join a Kiwanis club. But when you go out on a service project and that little 5-year-old girl hugs you, the hook was set in my mouth forever. It changed me forever. And I knew I had found my home here. And I was going to spend the rest of my life doing whatever I could to make this organization in this district as good as it can possibly be. And that's what Chris and I are going to do.